All right, hello. So I had previously, this is kind of a funny story here to start this off, but I had previously made a video on this. What I'm going to do here is show you how to bend a hammer here and just tell you a little bit on what I feel is a good hammer to start with. So I had previously already made a video on this, but a big mess up on my part, the camera was facing the wrong way. So all that was there was my audio of me talking and none of the video of what I was doing. So that was kind of dumb, but it is what it is. These mistakes happen, and it's just kind of funny. So figured I would share that. But yeah, so this is a hammer I feel is a good hammer. If you're interested in bending a hammer, this is a good hammer to start with. It is a Pittsburgh 22-ounce framing hammer, and this is from Harbor Freight. And it's a rather cheap hammer for this kind of thing. I mean, you're just going to be destroying it, so I don't see a reason in spending a ton of money on it. So I believe this hammer is $12.99, I think, is what I paid for it. So this is in no means like a bash on the quality of this hammer. This hammer I feel is a good quality hammer. It's just it's a good hammer to start with for. Like, this is a situation this hammer is never going to be in unless you're using this hammer for something it's not supposed to be used for. But yeah, this video is in no means dogging on the quality of this hammer. It's just a good hammer I feel to start with. This is the first hammer that I ever bent. So I have tried other hammers, but this one here I feel is a good starting hammer. So the Pittsburgh 22-ounce hammer. So the first thing you're gonna do, unless you're just numb to everything, I am not, so this does hurt. It can be done though, but I like to use a towel so I don't bruise my leg. You're just going to roll the towel up. It's just a hand towel, and you're going to want to choose whichever leg you feel stronger on. And I think for me it's this leg. And the last time I did this, I feel like I was in the wrong part of the hammer. I had the bend, it was more in the handle. I kind of want the bend a little more center. So whether that happens or not, I don't know. We're just going to try for it. So make sure it's there in the center. And then what you'll do is you'll lock your elbows and then just drive down. So try not to bend your elbows as you drive down. They probably will naturally, but try to keep them straight and just bear down with your abdominals. So there you can see we got a pretty good bend on it there. That's more center than my last bend was like. So what we'll try here now is, I think we'll try here. If we can't get it here, we'll use another technique and I'll show you that. But so get the hammer in position. Now bring your feet in. Don't start the bend yet. Bring your feet in as much as you can, and then drive your knees in. And then just drive your knees in towards the center. And then as you go, kind of work up higher. So you'll start down here and then just slowly work up as you bend the hammer. So we got it pretty much bent now. So I'm going to work my feet in before I start in. And there we go. So this is kind of a weird bend. I've never had it bend like this before. It's kind of a U shape, as you can see. And just for reference, I will go grab the other hammer so you can see the bend that was on that one. The bend was more here. And I feel like that made it more difficult. So as you can see, I'm kind of out of breath a little bit. This is, it's a little bit strenuous. It's not terrible, but it may get you a little bit out of breath. I'm going to go grab that other hammer. I'll be right back shortly. Okay, so this is the other hammer I did. As you can see, that bend, it occurred here, and that's where it stayed. Whereas this one, the bend, I got it where I wanted it to bend, which was right here. but then it did towards the end start bending there. So once again, I feel like this is a pretty good quality hammer. Now I will kind of explain the technique for if you have to go to the ground. You just get in here like this, and you'll lock your feet together like that. You'll place the hammer onto your knee with the towel, unless you want to bruise your knee. And then you'll push down with this foot onto this other foot. You'll drive it down. And at the same time you're driving down, you'll pull back. So you're driving down and pulling back at the same time. So it's almost like you're doing a row. And you're driving the knee through the hammer. And you're doing that with your glutes and your back. So there's times I've done this when I first started doing it, that it just made my glutes sore as hell for days. So this really works your legs. But as you saw, I didn't have to do that this time. I was able to skip that step, and that was because I got a good starting bend. This one, however, I did not get a good starting bend, and I had to go down like that position you saw there. So hopefully this video here is helpful, and if you want to give this a try, just always keep safety in mind. These tools can snap, so always keep that in mind. Always have safety in mind when you're doing tasks like this. Like I said, I use a towel here. Put the towel where you're going to do the bend. That way you're not bruising yourself. As you get better, though, you probably won't need the towel. There are some strongmen that don't use the towel. I don't know if I'll ever get to that point, but maybe someday. But hopefully you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, comments, or tips, if you've done this before and you have any tips for me, go ahead and share. I'm not an expert by any means. I just kind of wanted to share. I'd never really seen a video on a starting hammer to bend. So I just figured I would share this information on what I started with. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.